Yeah. So, good morning. So, welcome back. Today, this session we are going to discuss the excretory system and the reproductive system, also the life cycle of the cockroach. First the excretory system. So, you know what is excretion, that separation and removal of the metabolic waste products from the body is called excretion. In cockroach, the excretory organ, the excretory system, which is composed of the Malpighian tubules, Malpighian tubules, so in the junction here, see, so between the midgut and hindgut, the yellowish thread-like structures, 100 to 150 in number. So, already you have studied, okay, the Malpighian tubules. So, that are the major excretory organ. So, that that separate the metabolic waste from the body fluid, blood, that is from the hemolymph, it separate, that is absorb the waste and send out in the form of uric acid, and send out that waste materials or send out in the form of uric acid. So, that is why that cockroach is said to be, it is a ureotelic, okay, ureotelic animal, ureotelism. So, that mode of the excretion, in what form that excretory product is eliminated? It is eliminated in the form of uric acid, so that it is a cockroach is said to be uricotelic. Uricotelic. If you take the human beings, so in our body, the same excretory product, that is metabolic waste products, which are eliminated in the form of urea, eliminated in the form of urea. So, that so we are called, it is a ureotelic animals. That phenomenon is called ureotelism, ureotelic, ureotelic organisms. Here it is nitrogenous waste materials are sent out in the form of uric acid. That is why it is a cockroach is uricotelic. That phenomenon is called uricotelic, uricotelic, because that is form uric acid. Okay, that is Malpighian tubules major. Apart from the Malpighian tubule, say other structures are also perform the excretory functions. Okay, this is separately maybe asked in 2 marks question. Apart from the Malpighian tubules, the fat bodies, nephrocytes, cuticle, and uricose glands, So, these are some of the accessory structures are there. So, in addition to these main Malpighian tubules, so these are also involved in the process of excretion. Okay, it involved in the process of excretion. Who are they? Fat bodies, nephrocytes, cuticle, and uricose glands. Okay, that is all. Now, let us discuss the structure and the mechanism by which how the Malpighian tubules involved in the process of excretion. Okay. So, listen. So, already as I said, it is the yellowish structures which is found in the junction between the midgut and hindgut. See, this is that Malpighian tubules. It is a filamentous in nature, yellowish filamentous, 100 to 150 number, and which is arranged in bundles. That is important. It is bundles, not individual. It is which is arranged in 6 to 9 bundles, bunches, that 150, 100 to 150, that thread-like structures, so which are arranged in bunches, 6 bunches or bundles, 6 to 9 bundles. Okay, that is all. If you take that the tubule, see, this is one Malpighian tubule, this is the gut, from it arises from here. This is one tubule. Okay, here one tubule, that Malpighian tubule. Each tubule, which is composed of listen, two regions, that is namely glandular and ciliated. Okay, that tubule is lined with that glandular cells. Okay, glandular cells and ciliated cells. Okay, some of the regions that is distributed by or composed of lined with glandular cells, also that ciliated, two type of cells that line the Malpighian tubules. That inner wall is lined with what? The two type of cells, important, the glandular and ciliated cells. Okay, what is the function? So that glandular cells which absorbs the waste materials, excess of water, salt and nitrogenous waste materials. Okay, so this already you know, it is bathed in the, this is bathed in the that hemolymph. Okay, it is already, it is bathed. It is chemocelic body cavity, that is a chemo seal. That means that body cavity is filled with the blood, hemolymph. So that it is bathed in the, hemolymph. So from the hemolymph it absorbs the water, minerals, and waste. Okay, it absorbs and that goes through this lumen and through this tube, so that goes. Okay, which cell responsible for the absorption of the waste? That is important, that glandular cells. So glandular cells of the Malpighian tubule absorb this waste, from the blood, hemolymph. Okay, then after absorption, that goes to the lumen. Lumen means that inner space, lumen. Okay, that goes to the lumen. Okay, lumen, through that lumen, which is drained into this that gut. Okay, in the gut, which is drained. So through this that hind gut, that along with the fecal matter. So along with the fecal matter, so that waste materials are also that sent out. Okay, along with the waste material, fecal matter. So that waste, that absorbed waste, so that passes through the lumen of the tube, that inner space, that space through the lumen. So that enters and pour into the that hind gut. Okay, through this gut, that moves, and along with the fecal matter, that uric acid is excreted. How it is moves, how this that the waste substances absorbed moves, that pour into the intestine by the contraction. Okay, by the contraction of the tubules, that Malpighian tubules. So that is by the contraction. Okay, so that is moved, and pour into the intestine, okay, through the fecal matter, so which is sent out, okay, through the fecal matter, so that is excreted outside. Okay, so this is the mechanism of the excretion in cockroach. Excretion mechanism, Malpighian tubules. Simply that glandular cells of the Malpighian tubules absorb the waste. Okay, separate the waste through the lumen. The tube contracts through, so that is pushed into that gut. So all the waste which is extracted, that is by that cells, that glandular cells reaches the intestine, and through the large intestine, along with the undigested waste fecal matters, so which is sent out. I hope all understood this excretory system of cockroach well. Okay, then we are going to discuss the next important system is the reproductive system. Okay, the next system is the reproductive system. Okay, say in cockroach, how it is. So listen, I know that reproductive system that is meant for the reproduction, multiplication or proliferation. Okay, multiplication that produce young ones, that is reproductive system. You know already that cockroach which are the dioecious or the unisexual. What is dioecious? Di means two, dioecious. That means male and female organisms are found separately, sexual dimorphism. So already we have discussed what are the differences between the male cockroach and female cockroach. Okay, it is a that is a distinct sexual dimorphism is observed. Dioecious, di means two, that means male and female worms are found separately, or unisexual, male worm, male animal, female animal, unisexual, unisex, single sex. Okay. Also it develops reproductive structures, reproductive structures are well developed. What are the that if you take the you know, that is a male and female reproductive systems are found separately, it is well developed. Now we are going to discuss the structure of the male reproductive system, The male reproductive system, first what are the components? So what are the components of the male reproductive system? This is separately asked one 2 marks question. Okay, what are the components of the male reproductive system? That red color, that content, that is a 2 marks question. What are the components? It is consist of a pair of testes, testis singular, testes plural. A pair of okay, this is one, this is another one. Okay, a pair of testes and vasa differentia. You know that the testis produce the spermatozoa. So which are transported by a duct, that is called, see listen, this is a vasa differentia or vasa deferens. Vasa differentia or vasa deferens and ejaculatory duct. See, this is the ejaculatory duct. Okay, this is the ejaculatory duct. Next is the ejaculatory duct. Okay, then that opens exterior through the male genital pore. Listen, testis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct, and it opens exterior through the male genital pore. So apart from that, certain accessory structures, that glandular structure are also associated. They are utricular gland and phallic gland. Okay, utricular gland and phallic gland. Utricular gland, see listen, this is that pale color. This is it is also called mushroom gland, a mushroom shaped gland or utricular gland and phallic gland. See here that a pink color structure is there. It is projecting outside. Okay, that is a phallic gland and utricular gland. So these are the components that form the male reproductive system. Come on, what are they? A pair of testes, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct, which opens exterior through the male genital pore. So which is surrounded by, male genital pore is surrounded by the external genitalia, that we are going to discuss in detail. Now you know the component alone, and certain structures which are associated with this ducts. Okay, what are they? Utricular or mushroom shaped gland, this one, and the phallic gland. Okay, these are the components. Okay, that's all. That glands, don't forget, utricular and phallic. So utricular is otherwise known as it's a mushroom gland, mushroom shaped gland, because that shape is like it is a mushroom. Its shape is like a mushroom. It is like a mushroom. That is why it is a mushroom shaped gland. The utricular gland is also known as the mushroom shaped gland. Okay, very clear. Super. And we are going to discuss each and every one. You know that pair of testes, a pair of testes. So, pair of testes which are three lobed, a pair of testes. See, this is a pair, this is one, this is another, a pair two, and three lobed. See here, this is one lobe and this is the another lobe. See, listen, it is a three lobed which are interconnected, but three lobed structure. It is made up of three lobed, a pair of three lobed testes. And the location 4th to 6th abdominal segments, you know, that is 10 abdominal segments are there. It is that stretch where is located from 4th to, listen, this is the 4th segment, this is 5th segment and this is 6th segment. 4 to 6 segments, a testis alone which occupy the 4 to the 4, 5, 6, yeah, listen. First, that is that 4, 5 and 6 segments that which occupied, located in the 4th and 6th abdominal, between the 4th and 6th abdominal segments. Okay, that is all. And from each testis, a duct arises. See here, a duct arises from the each testis. That is called vas deferens. Okay, what I said, it is a vasa deferentia, or we can say otherwise known as vas deferens. See here, that vas deferens arises from the each testis, which opens, that vas deferens opens into the ejaculatory. Okay, that greenish. So that ejaculatory duct, so listen, that opens into the ejaculatory testis, vas deferens and ejaculatory duct. That ejaculatory duct, listen, so that pass through the seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicles are a pouch-like structures. Okay, here it is there, a seminal vesicle is there. It passed through the, seminal vesicles. So come on, listen, three lobed, a pair of three lobed testes located 4th, 5th and 6th abdominal segment. Okay, from that a duct arises, okay, a duct arises, that is called vas deferens, that passes through the seminal vesicle and join where? Here, that ejaculatory duct, okay. So this is the that tract, okay, ejaculatory duct. Ejaculatory duct, you know, that opens exterior through the okay, that opens exterior through the male, the male genital pore, that male genital pore. Okay, male genital pore. Okay, that is a male gonopore. Pore means hole, minute opening. It is called pore, porous in nature, pore. Gonopore, the ejaculatory duct. So it is elongated, long duct. This is that opens outside. It is the male gonopore. Otherwise, you can say it is the male reproductive opening. If you forget the male gonopore, you can write the male reproductive opening. Male reproductive opening. And which is surrounded by some, what is chitinous plate like structures that surrounds. What is the name? That are called phallomeres or gonophyses. Phallomeres or gonophyses. Okay, that gonopore, that opening is surrounded by a few chitinous structures that are called phallomeres or gonophyses. Very important 2 marks question, most frequently asked 2 marks question. Okay, 2 marks. What are phallomeres? Already discussed in the morphology itself. Phallomeres are gonophysis. Okay, almost that ducts and structures completed, and the glands, other glands, what is that phallomeres, phallic glands and mushroom shaped gland and seminal vesicle. So, some structures which are associated with this male reproductive system, that is utricular or mushroom shaped gland. See here, this is the utricular or mushroom shaped gland and the phallic gland. Okay, okay, there is the utricular or mushroom shaped gland, the accessory structures. So, these open into the anterior side of the ejaculated duct. This is the ejaculated duct. So, these glands, that phallic gland and the utricular glands which open into the where that anterior side of the that ejaculatory duct. And very important. So, what is the function? What is the function of the that accessory structures here? Particularly the seminal vesicle. Okay, இன்னொன்று இருக்குல்லங்களா additional seminal vesicle. Okay, நம்ம சொன்னோம் இங்க what is that vas deferens which pass through the seminal vesicle and join with the opens into the ejaculatory duct. The seminal vesicle அப்படின்றது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா it is a sac like. It is a sac-like structures that store the sperms. Okay, that store the sperms in the form of bundles. Okay, that store the sperms in the form of bundles. Okay, that are called spermatophores. That bundle of sperms is called spermatophores. This is very important 2 marks question. What are spermatophore? Spore, no, phore, phore, spermatophore. So, that spermatozoa are temporarily stored in the seminal vesicles. Okay, that located in the ventral side of the ejaculate. Ejaculate means sending out, ejaculation, sending out. Okay, that ventral side of the ejaculated duct, that seminal vesicles are there, where the sperms are stored and in the form of bundles. Okay, in the form of bundles, that form of bundles that are called spermatophores. If simply there is a sperm, that is called spermatozoa. That sperms are arranged, found in the form of bundles, clusters, bundle are gone. That is called spermatophore. Okay, that's all about the male reproductive that system, that structure and components of the male reproductive system. The next is the female reproductive system. Next, female reproductive system. What are the components? What are the components of the female reproductive system? A pair of ovaries. See here. Okay, that elongated structures. வாழைப்பூ மாதிரி இருக்கு பாருங்க. வாழைப்பூ மாதிரி இருக்குல்லங்களா, that is a pair of ovaries and vagina. Okay, genital pouch, we will discuss. A pair of ovaries, vagina, genital pouch, collateral glands, spermatheca and external genitalia. Ultimately that open exterior through the external genitalia. It should open outside, then only that egg through the opening that the eggs are coming out laid. So components, once again I am repeating, a pair of ovaries and vagina. Okay, it's a two oviduct arises that unite and form the common oviduct or vagina, and it is a coconut mar irukku paranga. This is a genital pouch and the branched structures that are called collateral. Okay, collateral glands and spermatheca. Here the sperms are stored, already discussed in the earthworm also. Spermatheca, here also that spermatheca, a pair of spermathecae or that spermathecae. Okay, that opens exterior through the external genitalia, that is surrounded by the phallomeres. Okay, that's all. So these are the components. Okay, next we will discuss one by one in detail. What is the ovary? You know, ovary, it is a female primary sex organ. lies laterally in the second, between second and sixth abdominal segment. It starts in second, second, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That extended, that female ovary, second and sixth abdominal. So this is ovary. So which is formed of, this is ovary, 2 ovary, இந்த வாழைப்பூ மாதிரி இருக்கு பாருங்க, புரியுங்களா, அந்த மாதிரி அந்த inflorescence அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு பாருங்க. Each ovary is formed of a group of 8 ovarian tubules. Okay, each is formed of 8 ovarian tubules. பாருங்க, இது வந்து it is made up of 8 tubules. Each is made up of 8 ovarian tubules. So inside the ovarian tubule there is a developing ova, that is egg, all the stages. Okay, that is the developing, okay, that stages of small to that is so bigger. Okay, the developing ova which are seen inside this ovarian tubules. So, you know, that is ovaries that responsible for the production of the ova or egg. That is stages, many stages. Okay, immature to mature, that stages, the developing ova are there. Okay, that's all. And next is here that ovary produces ova. Okay, how it is transported? A duct is from each ovary, a tube arises, a duct arises, that are called oviduct. That duct arises. These 2 ducts unite and form a common oviduct, that is a common oviduct or vagina. A common oviduct or vagina. Listen, this is ovary, from the ovary there is a oviduct, this is oviduct. These 2 oviduct unite, that is 2 oviduct unite and form a common oviduct. This form a common oviduct or it is called vagina. That where it opens, this vagina opens into the genital chamber. That is coconut mari irukku parunga. That is irukkalangla, genital chamber. It opens into the genital chamber. Genital chamber opens exterior through the female gonopore. Male gonopore, female gonopore. That opens exterior, that opens exterior through the female gonopore. And some accessory structures, apart from that, some accessory structures we are discussed. What is that? Spermatheca, spermathecae, see here, spermathecae, it is a pouch like structure, a pair of 2 spermatheca are there, spermathecae. What is the role? When copulation, that spermatozoa are the spermatozoa are temporarily stored in these sac-like structures, that is spermathecae. Okay, and where it opens, listen, the dorsal wall of the genital pouch, the genital pouch nudiya dorsal wall, upper side here paranga, idu upper side, dorsal wall, that spermatheca that opens into the genital pouch, and one more is the collateral gland. Collateral gland is there, that branched structure, that branched structures irukku parunga, that is called collateral gland, that are called collateral gland. So that forms the, that secretes certain substances that forms the egg case, that collateral gland, that we will discuss in detail in the that mechanism of the reproduction. Okay, so far so we have discussed the structure of the male and female reproductive structures, okay, that organs, how it is arranged. So detailed okay, discussion of that structure of the male and female reproductive system. Then next is the mechanism of reproduction, then life cycle, mechanism of reproduction. So listen, and when very important, listen, when the at the time of that breeding season, that male copulate, that is made with the female, and it transfer the that spermatozoa, and the spermatozoa are collected in the spermaticae. Spermaticae, you know, that opened in the genital chamber dorsally. There is a dorsal pore, through that it opens into the spermatica open into the genital chamber. Okay, now the sperms are ready, and egg, the ovary produces egg, that egg that transported through the oviduct and reaches the common oviduct, and through the opening, when the egg reaches the genital pouch, when the egg reaches here, listen, this is egg, and from the spermatica that sperms coming out, yeah, super. So here the fertilization takes place in the genital chamber. Already there is a sperm. During the mating, the sperms which are collected in the spermatica. From the spermatica, the sperm comes. When the eggs coming out through this ovary, oviduct and vagina, when reaches the genital pouch, genital chamber, here fertilization takes place. That zygote is formed. Okay, that zygote is formed. Listen, very important. So here, not that fertilized eggs are not directly laid. Listen, I said, you know, that collateral glands that branched, that collateral gland, see that branching collateral glands, that form a hard egg case called ootheca. Ootheca around the egg. How you can easily understand? If normally நம்ம பிஸ்கட் இருக்கு, ஒரு பிஸ்கட் brand name சொல்லலாம், தப்பு இல்லை, நம்ம ஒன்றும் இல்லை. ஒரு குட் டே பிஸ்கட் இருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். டேக் ஏ குட் டே பிஸ்கட் பாக்கெட், மேலே ரேப்பர் இருக்கும், அவுட் சைடு வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரேப்பர் இருக்கும், இன்சைடு தர் இஸ் அ பிஸ்கட், இன்சைடு பிஸ்கட் இருக்கும். பாருங்க, இதே மெக்கானிசம். ஓகே, ஹியர் தீஸ் ஆர் தி ஃபெர்டிலைஸ்டு எக். எப்படி அதான் பிஸ்கட் மாதிரி இருக்குது ஃபெர்டிலைஸ்டு எக், which are surrounded by the wrapper. அந்த மாதிரி என்ன பண்ணும், here that collateral gland secrete one substance. அவங்க என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, around the fertilized egg and form a egg case. ஒரு டப்பாக்குள்ள போட்டு மூடி வச்ச மாதிரி egg case that are called என்னது, ootheca. ஏமா தீக்கானாலே வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா மேல கவரிங்மா, தீக்கானாலே கவரிங், ஊன்னா எக், ஓவா. Around the egg that form a protective shell that is called ootheca. Around the egg. இவங்கெல்லாம் egg. ஏதாவது ஒரு பிஸ்கட் பாக்கெட், ஒரு குட் டே பிஸ்கட் பாக்கெட்டை மைண்டில் இமேஜின் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. மேலே உள்ள ரேப்பர் மாதிரி ஒரு கவரிங் ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுவாங்க. That who formed that wrapper, that covering, hard egg case called ootheca, which is formed by the branched gland called collateral gland. Collateral glands வந்து அவங்கள ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுவாங்க, collateral gland. ஓகே, சூப்பர். இங்க பாருங்க, இவங்க தான். ஸோ இதுதான் அந்த ஊத்திகா. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஓகே, நான் ட்ராப் பண்ண பாருங்க, பிஸ்கட் மாதிரி அதான். இன்சைடு this is one ootheca. So like this, a cockroach lays some 15 to 40, இந்த மாதிரி 15 to 40 egg cases it will produce at one breeding season. Each case, each ootheca contains some 16 eggs. புரியுங்களா? ஒரு பிஸ்கட் பாக்கெட் ootheca like that 15 to 40 பிஸ்கட் பாக்கெட்ஸ் மாதிரி என்ன பண்ணும், ootheca அது லே பண்ணும் ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் சீசன். Each case contains some 16 fertilized egg. Usually these lays eggs in the cervices or cracks where the moisture and food are available. So in that area, என்ன பண்ணும், it lays the eggs, and after 5 to 13 weeks that egg hatch out, and listen, that young one coming out, that is called nymph. That young one is called nymph. We can't say it is a larva. ஏன் லார்வான்னு சொல்லக்கூடாதுன்னு வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, லிசன், இப்போ butterfly இருக்குது அதனுடைய young one, it is a caterpillar. அது entirely different from the parent, so we can call it as larva. But here that the egg hatch out and the young one produced, it certain aspects it differ from the parent, otherwise it is mostly resemble the parent, so that stage is called a nymph. Okay, the nymph undergo the gradual changes. Okay, that is called parametabolous. Okay, through the nymphal, the nymph undergo gradual changes, that molting satta urikum adu. How many times paranga? 13 times. Okay, 13 times that it shed the skin, that is molting or egg dices. Molting or egg dices. Molting or egg dices. Pampu satta urikira mari mela skin remove, it casts the skins, it remove the skins nearly 13 times and become the adult and become the adult like and become adult. So this is the life cycle. Okay, this is the life cycle of the cockroach. And finally there are 4,600 species are there. So majority are wild. Okay, majority not living in found in homes. That's why majority out of the 4,600 species are there. Most of the species are found in wild condition. Only 30 species. Okay, only 30 species are associated with the human habitat. That means it live in the homes. Okay, only 30 species. Okay, out of this 30, only 4 species are pest. Pest means that damaging about this total 4,600, only 30 species are found in the human habitat. Among this 30, only 4 species are it is known as the pest, damaging the food and stored that items. Okay, that's all. And it destroy the food and contaminate the food with unpleasant offensive odor or bad odor varum. If food irundhuchina adu mele vanduchina something it lays what is that, and the fecal matter எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு அப்ப smell வரும், and the food is unpalatable, சாப்பிட முடியாது, அந்த மாதிரி பண்றாங்க. இப்போ suppose if there is a cockroach, ஒரு இடத்துல cockroach இருந்துச்சுன்னா அது வந்து ஒரு unhygienic, it is a sign of the unhygienic, ஒரு not ஒரு hygiene place கிடையாது. And also பார்த்திருக்கோம் வெக்டார்னு சொல்லிருக்கோம், it carries lot of diseases. And for some individuals this cockroach it causes allergen. Allergen means like in the pollen grain, dust, அந்த மாதிரி பார்த்து பயப்படுறது இல்லை. somebody thinking ஐயோ cockroach, அது கிடையாது. அலர்ஜின்னா இப்போ போலன் டஸ்ட் அலர்ஜி இருக்கும் பாருங்க, போலன் கிரெயின் அலர்ஜி, அந்த மாதிரி இது வந்து that causes allergy. For extreme cases it cause even வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆஸ்மா. it is a symptom. நம்ம தப்பாக புரிஞ்சுட்டு இருக்கோம். அலர்ஜின்னா வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த ஒரு மாதிரி ரேஷஸ், நம்ஸ் அண்ட் இட்சிங், அதெல்லாம் symptoms of the allergy. The substance which cause allergy is called allergen. What is allergy? Hypersensitivity of the immune system. Immune system ரொம்ப அளவுக்கு அதிகமாக ரொம்ப யாராவது உள்ளே வந்தால் கூட டக்குன்னு எனக்கு ரியாக்ட் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிருவாங்க, நார்மல் சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ் கூட அந்த மாதிரி. அதான் அது வந்து தட் இஸ் கால்டு அலர்ஜன், ஒரு சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ் தட் காஸ் அலர்ஜி. இப்போ என் உடம்புல வந்து ரியாக்ஷன் வந்து என்னது அலர்ஜி. அலர்ஜன் காசஸ் சிம்டம்ஸ் இருக்கும், லாட் ஆஃப் சிம்டம்ஸு. ஆஸ்மான்ற சில பேருக்கு மூச்சு திணறல் கூட வரும், தட் இஸ் கால்டு ஆஸ்மா, சிம்டம்ஸு. Okay, that's all. I hope you all understood well what are the systems we discussed, that is the excretory system and the reproductive system, also the life cycle of the cockroach. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.